Hello students, today I'm going to talk about some basic concepts, but these are some topics which students ignore, so let's get deep into it. So basically here I want to I want you to focus on these concepts called addition, subtraction. You all know from childhood itself. So if you need to subtract 5 from 10, you get 5. And how do you get that? You need to take 5 jumps from 10, you will get reach at 5. And when you subtract on a hand, then what you need to do is exclude 10 and then move to 5. Similarly, if you need to add 4 to 1, then what you need to do is jump method, jump from 1 to 5 4 times, you'll get 5. Or secondly, what you can do is exclude 1, count from 2 to 5, you'll get 4. So basically just count 4 times and then you'll get 5, means one is excluded. Now if you carefully look at this question where we say that in AP we need to find fifth term from last and given AP. This is given AP where A is equals to 2 and D is equals to 2, and you have last term is equals to 16. If you count here like this, 1 2 3 4 5, 1 minute, एक दो तीन चार पाँच. So if you count from 16 to 6, you get 6 is to be your answer. But if you apply the formula, then you would understand that 8 is your answer, which means 8 should be the answer. So what is the mistake that we are doing here? One mistake which we are doing here is when we are subtracting. See, this is which term? This is eighth term. If you will count from here, so 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So this is eighth term that you get. But if you subtract 8 minus 5, then you would get third term from the starting. So 1 2 3, this should be an answer according to the question. This should be the answer, but this is not the answer. Answer is 8. So you need to actually think upon this, that why are you not getting your answer using this method. When you find the value or the nth term of the last term, which is 8, and then subtract 5, but you're not getting it as the correct answer. So what is the concept which you're lagging behind is very simple, that I had just explained you, that when you are subtracting this, then you exclude this term, which means 8th term is already excluded. So you need to add 8th term. You need to add this one term. So when you will add this one term, then you would realize that you have moved a bit ahead, which means you have actually, when you will reach here, then you have added 5 terms only. Okay, which means that you have subtracted 5 terms only. But if you will add this one also, then you'll realize that you have subtracted 6 terms. Okay, so when you'll add this one as well, then you will realize that you have added 6 terms. So you have to move up one step below, you have to move one step backward. Then this would be your answer, which means, I'm just concluding my sentence, it's very simple. When you subtract eighth term minus 5 term, you get 3, but this is not your answer. Your answer is fourth term. So why you are lagging behind? This is very simple, because when you subtract 5 term from here, in that case you are excluding this term. When you add this term, then you find that you have gone one step ahead. So you take a backward step, one step backward, and then you find your answer. So just to avoid this mistake, because function of the subtraction function is that you exclude this term, but in that case, if you have to avoid this, then what you do is very simple. You need to subtract 1 minus this, which means you need to subtract only 4 from this in order to get the correct answer, which is fourth in this case. Should be 4. So fourth in this case, if you need to get correct answer, you need to subtract 1 from n, then whatever nth term you're getting, that is your answer. Why is it this happening? Because crossed when you have crossed 5 terms, in that case you have not counted the first this term. Okay, so in that case you just have to count this also. Then you realize you have reached to the 6th term, so you take one step behind. or backward. But if you have to connect this to this in direct order, so what you can do, how you can reach from 16 to 8 in direct manner without actually taking one step backward after subtracting 5 from the last term. So in that situation you need to do one thing which is very important, that whenever you are subtracting this 8 minus something, you will do and then you will reach to this nth term, right? So this, what you need to subtract is 5 minus 1, which means you have to subtract 1 less. In that case what you are doing is, when you subtract 1 less, then you reach to fourth term. And when you from here you realize that you reach to fourth term, because when you subtract 1 from 5, then you get 4. So 1 2 3 4, and then when you add 1, because you have not counted this, right, so you will get 5. So here you have not exceeded things, right? So you don't have to take backward step or forward step, anything, no, you don't have to do that. So in this case your answer is correct. So I hope you get that. If not, then rewind this video, get, review this concept, and you will understand this was very important to understand. Now one more thing, I want you to realize this thing in this concept also. This is for example one AP. Let me take that AP only, which is 2 4 6 8 10 12 14 16. Now if you have to find fifth term from starting, okay, if you have to find fifth term from starting, then what you do is 1 2 3 4 5. But this is not the fifth term, this is sixth term, because you have not included this. When you have counted from fifth, like fifth from here, like this was first term, when you added one first term to fifth term, like 1 to 5, then you got sixth term. But if you carefully look at this, then this is not your answer, because this is not the required term. This was the required term. Why? Because you have excluded this. So when you include this, your value becomes, so you need to find fifth term from the beginning, right? So when you include this, then it becomes sixth term from the beginning, but you need to find only fifth term from beginning. So what you'll do is take one step matlab backward, and then you would understand that 10 is the answer. But what if I want to create direct relation between these two? What you need to do is only move 4 step ahead, which means 1 2 3 4. And when you realize that you have only moved 4 steps, so this was not included. So when I include this, it will become 5 step from beginning. And you'll realize this 5 step is not means 5 step is actually correct, right? So then you don't have to move backward or forward step, right? So very easily you can understand this was the correct answer. This is how the whole concept revolves. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope your concept get a bit clear as well. So thank you so much. Bye.